Hey guys, it's Calxiyn here. So I wanted to make a quick video to just sort of talk about, like, me, the YouTube channel, all that sort of stuff, just with what's going on in the world right now. Some YouTubers are calling it Voldemort just because YouTube doesn't really like us saying the word, so that's the situation on that. But I wanted to talk about a couple things, and I guess this video is gonna be like, hey guys, like, we're fine. Like, first of all, we are fine. Like, I'm just making this video so I can get where everyone's headspace is at, what you guys would like me to do. Like, I'm basically making this video in order to inform you guys on our situation, what we can and can't record, and to get some advice on where we should sort of proceed and how we should continue. So, like, this is not, like, a big deal, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's sick, everybody's okay, right? It's not an emergency, right? I'm just making this video to sort of get everyone's opinions, you know what I mean? Like, it is totally first world problems what we're dealing with in this video, okay? So it's not, like, super serious. Do not worry, you guys. I just want to get that all out of the way, right? This is, like, purely about, like, channel updates and just, like, telling you guys where we're all at and, like, getting you guys' opinion. That's why I'm making this. As opposed to, like, guys, pity me. I've been inside for 30 days, even though I'm perfectly fine. Like, no. Like, we're not doing that, right? And I am fine, so don't worry. But yeah, so I guess to start at the beginning, Hunter and I don't have any more videos where we have recorded together. Like, the last time we recorded was before, I think it was, like, right as the schools were announced to close, and so Hunter and I had one last hurrah of filming as much as we could for one day. And then we were like, okay, hopefully this will hold us over. But now we're getting to almost the middle of April, and I'm running out of content that Hunter and I have made together, right? And so, that's mostly Avatar. Like, Avatar is mostly what I'm going to be asking you guys about, but that's even, like, Ruby comics and stuff. Like, we did a lot, right, to get us, like, this far in advance because we thought that possibly things would be okay enough that we could see each other, but they still aren't, right? And, it's not even, like, Hunter's not immediate family, and so now they've put restrictions on that, but even before, I was like, I trust where Hunter has been, I trust where, like, I've been and my family has been, like, we've been in this house for a month, right? But there's always the risk, right? Like, I feel like, I would feel terrible if, my mom went to go out and get groceries, right? Because that's the only thing that we've been doing now. And even though they've sort of helped the system, so it's like you don't interact with anyone, it's just kind of like left out and you like pick it up. Like, it's almost like delivery, but you still have to go to the grocery store, if that makes sense. Like, even though there's like minimal interaction with other people, I would feel super bad if like my mom went out and like to get groceries somewhere, right? And then she got it, and then Hunter came over, and then he got it, and he brought it back to his parents, who are a little bit older, right? And then his girlfriend has diabetes, and there's some underlying conditions there, Hunter explained to me, right? And so I would feel terrible, and then on the flip side, right, sure, Hunter would feel equally as bad if, like, whatever circumstance, like, while they were walking the dog, or I don't know, like, just somewhere, like, they got something, and they brought it over, and basically killed my 93-year-old grandfather, because if you guys don't know, my grandparents, like, live with us, or, my grandparents used to live with us, now it's just my grandfather, because unfortunately, a year ago, I don't know if you guys remember, my grandmother passed away. I think about that sometimes, I'm like, oh my god, like, my grandmother, like, she was a character, guys, like, when she was alive, like, I can only imagine how she would be acting through all this. Like, I think about that at least once a day. I'm like, what would Nunda be doing right now? Like, it is a time, like, you would have to know her, I guess, but she was, like, think of, like, the most, like, Italian, like, Nunda, and, like, how she would be acting during quarantine. It would be, like, the world is ending, and the world is kind of ending, so, like, I don't know, I just think about her around this time, and how, like, she would be taking all this, and, she's in a better place now, so I don't worry about that too much. But yeah, like, I think if my grandfather got it, he would die, right? And so nobody's taking that risk, right? Like, I'm not gonna take that risk just for my stupid fucking YouTube channel, right? Like, just to have Hunter over here to record it doesn't make any sense. So, when I think about that, the thing is, I totally lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Hunter and I are not risking seeing each other, right? So the struggle for me now is how to proceed. Like, what to do by myself and what to not do by myself and just put on hiatus. Because on one hand, Hunter has already seen Avatar. If you're watching an Avatar reaction, you're watching for me reacting and Hunter's shining personality, You're not watching for his reaction. He's seen it already. So on one hand, I'm like, I should just continue Avatar by myself. But I don't know how many of you are, like, vehemently against that and would be outraged and if I should just put it on hiatus until things are back to normal, right? But then it's like, well, when things are back to normal, is Hunter even gonna want to do Avatar? Like, I'm sure that he would, but depending on how long this goes for him, like Hunter could be in a totally different mind space where he realizes, like, you know what, this YouTube thing, I didn't do it for a couple months and I don't want to come back. I'm just kidding, obviously, but you know what I mean? We don't know where the world is gonna be, you know, in September or October or whenever, like, to get back to doing this stuff. And so on one hand, I'm like, you know, Hunter and I started watching Avatar together, like, it's one of our things, like, RWBY's our thing, and Avatar has sort of become our thing compared to any other show, you know what I mean? Like, any other show I react to by myself, like Full Metal and Kaguya and Code Geass, right? Like, I do all that by myself. On the other hand, it's like, I want to finish watching fucking Avatar, right? And I don't know if you guys know, but I've been laid off from my part-time job, like lots of people have, right? Because I was, like, in service industry, if that makes sense. So this is the only thing I have now, is this YouTube channel, and I'm terrified of fucking it up, right? Like, we have all this, like, I don't want to call it free time, right? But I have all this time where, you know, I don't have my part-time job to go to. School is basically almost over as of when I'm recording. It will be over soon. And I will have May, June, July, August. That's like 4 months, right? Like, I don't know. I just want to get ahead of it. I want to, like, record a bunch of content and give it to you guys. And so delaying Avatar to do it with Hunter would, like, really mess up my schedule, so to speak, you know what I mean? Because I was planning on, like, we were gonna record all of Avatar in May, and then we were gonna start another anime, and then we were gonna do another one, right? Like, we had this whole, like, system in place for what we were gonna do, like, after Avatar and Full Metal was finished, and we were gonna finish Full Metal in May, and then we were gonna record all these other anime, and, like, sort of, like, pre-record a bunch of stuff so it could go on throughout the year, and we could have less of a burden on us when school was happening. Like, we had this whole, like, program, and that's, like, out the window. So my only thing is, like, do you guys want me to continue Avatar by myself? Like, what do you guys think? Because I'm ready to do it by myself. I'm okay with doing it by myself. Like, I've come to terms with that, you know, because the reality of it is Hunter was never going to be around here forever anyway. Like, I hope that we could finish some of the stuff that we started, but there was always going to be a day where I still want to do this and he wants to go into an actual professional career, right? I've always known that, and this channel has always been mine. Like, first and foremost, it's always been my channel, and I've sort of brought in, I don't want to say guests, but co-hosts, right? Like, different co-hosts have sort of rotated in and out over the years, but, you know, the majority of people, like, come here for me as well. Like, when you think about Miraculous and that sort of popularity, like, Hunter has nothing to do with that. And so, you know, over the years I've gotten a lot more comfortable. Like, for a while, I feel like with RWBY especially, like, I would really, like, codepend on Hunter and recording with Hunter, but I've sort of also come back into my own and, like, learned how to do this content by myself and, like, sort of stuff like that. And so, yeah, I don't know. I just, like, in my heart, I feel like that we just need to press on and continue with some of the stuff we've been doing and, like, not put it on hiatus. But if you guys are, like, vehemently against, like, Cal, we will not watch Avatar if it's just you, bring back Hunter, right? Like, then I'll be like, well, maybe, like, okay, right? Like, you know, I want to hear people's opinions, right? Because the RWBY comics, like, stuff like that, like, I feel comfortable doing that by myself. At the end of the day, it's not a big deal. I have plans for other video series I want to do. I did a RWBY theory by myself. Like, I feel totally comfortable doing those videos. It's really just Avatar that has been sort of a, like, what do I do with Avatar? Because the rest of the stuff is really something that I can sort of manage by myself. And I have new ideas for videos that weren't going to really involve Hunter in the first place. Like, I had this, like, very scripted, like, RWBY shipping series video that I wanted to sort of, I wanted to, like, redo the RWBY shipping video so it's more of a shipping guide, if that makes sense, that anyone could watch and sort of understand, like, why people like the ship. Does that make sense? Other than, like, us, like, as opposed to us just talking about it, you know, like, something that has, like, a structure, right, and is very heavily edited. You guys remember, if you guys remember the Barbie analysis I did, I still really like that analysis, like, and, you know, sort of doing that same thing, but for RWBY characters, or episodes, or even anime episodes, like, I don't know, like, I have a lot of plans for the channel, and I talked about that during the 20,000 subscriber thing, and those were always, like, more, like, my ideas and stuff I knew that I was gonna be doing by myself. And so I'm still gonna proceed with those ideas. I think I want to do a Miraculous Ladybug shipping guide first, just because I feel like that'll be a lot more simple compared to RWBY. Like, RWBY is such a daunting task, especially because we've already done those shipping videos already, but those shipping videos were more us shooting the breeze about a ship, where I want this to be, like, the definitive RWBY shipper's guide to White Rose, or to Bumblebee, or to, like, whatever, right? So, yeah, I don't know where I was going, but I was just trying to say, like, I have ideas for things alone, and so don't worry about that. It's just the things that we used to do together is where I'm like I don't know what to do, and it is kind of stressing me out because I have like 4 months to do whatever I want with my channel and with streaming, and I don't want to fuck it up, right? I really don't want to fuck it up, and it's stressing me out a little because, you know, you have this time to really do something, and, you know, there's gonna be a time where it's like, okay, I've graduated high school, I've already graduated high school, I've graduated university, and, like, can the channel support me enough, or do I need to enter in a professional field? Because I would like to do this full time, and so, like, my summers have always sort of been, okay, it's the summertime, like, we're gonna build up the channel as much as we can during the summer, but, you know, it doesn't necessarily always work out because Ruby is during the school year, right? So, you know, it's always been that way, where I've always been trying to race against the clock, and it really stresses me out, but it stresses me out the most because I have the most time to do something with myself, but I'm the most afraid that whatever I'm going to do isn't going to be good enough, you know what I mean? Because, like, this is, like, the chance, I see it, and I'm also going into my final university year next year, so, you know, theoretically, like, after I'm done university, I'll have to get a real job if the YouTube channel isn't enough to support me, so I always feel like it's a race against the clock, like, to get as big as possible and as stable as possible so I can, like, you know, manage my future that way, if that makes sense. I don't know, I'm just saying. So yeah, that's stressing me out a little. Avatar: The Last Airbender, more stressful than you thought. So yeah, what do you guys think? Like, again, I'm ready to do Avatar by myself, but I wanted to check with you guys and make sure it's okay, and, like, make sure that, like, doing other stuff by myself is okay, like the Ruby comic stuff, and the other Ruby videos, like the Ruby shipping videos, like, you know, like, do you guys think that we should just, like, press on? Because I don't know, I feel like we can't, like, we can press on, but I just worry. I just worry about what you guys are gonna think. But like I already mentioned, like, there is going to be a day, and, like, it's not today, and it's not right now. That also stresses me, and I'm like, what if this quarantine, like, just tears Hunter and I apart, and we just, like, grow apart, and we never see each other again, and he doesn't come back for Ruby Volume 8? Like, I have anxiety already, right? So, like, my brain starts to sort of spiral like that, and, like, this is really, like, the worst timeline, like, for that sort of spiraling, because, like, it happens, you know, and like I already said, like, there's going to be a point where Hunter is like, I have a full-time job, Cal, I'm an adult, like, it's been real, it's been fun, but, like, you know, I'm too busy to do this anymore when it's not my professional career and stuff like that, and so there will be a day where Hunter will permanently, like, take his leave from the channel, and it will just be me, like it has been for other series, again, like Miraculous, and I don't know, some people may feel a type of way about that, and it will be sad, and it will be sad for me as well, but I'm just worried that this is gonna be a taste of the, you know what I mean? Like, this is gonna be a taste of the Hunterless years, if that makes sense. Like, how it's going to feel and how other people are gonna feel. Like, I don't even want to watch your Avatar reactions anymore. Hunter's not in them. Like, what if that is foreshadowing for how my Ruby reactions are gonna turn out? Like, is nobody gonna want to watch me if I'm not doing them with Hunter? Like, all of these stressful thoughts are coming out as I'm thinking about all this. So I really needed to make this video to get my ideas out and sort of vent about, like, those sort of insecurities, even though, like, I look at Miraculous and how successful that is, and I'm like, well, I didn't really need Hunter to succeed in, you know, the other areas I've succeeded in, and so, like, I should just be confident in myself and, like, what I do alone, but at the same time, it's like, you never know how other people are gonna feel. So yeah, that's just all my thoughts. I feel really good, like, getting this out to you guys and just, like, being open and honest and just trying to have, like, a conversation, even though I'm by myself, you know, like, just trying to talk with you guys and be like, here's my thought process, here's where my head's at with, like, all the quarantine stuff. So again, let me know what you guys sort of think about all this. If you'll still, like, support the content for a next little while, if it's just good old me just doing my best by myself. And yeah, I mean, my mom was like, can't you just put Hunter up on screen? And I'm like, Mom, that's not how it works, and Hunter doesn't have the equipment, right? And it would be delayed, like, even if I did, like, put him in the corner while watching Avatar with me, like, it would just, it's not gonna work. What may work is getting his input, like, for other things, like theories and stuff, like, just being like, hey, Hunter, like, I came up with this, like, what do you think? And then adding an amendment to what he thinks or something like that. But yeah, I guess that's it. I guess that's all I have to say. So I hope that you guys, like, have some answers for me, have some thoughts to share, and that's basically it. I will see you guys next time. All right, bye.